More and more people around the world are undergoing the 14-day quarantine period for the coronavirus. How does isolation and the fear of stigma affect a person? To share with us his thoughts and insights, we have here on the show live clinical psychologist Jhon Carandang. And he is from the Masters of Psychological Services. Good morning and thank you for joining us, Jhon.
Good morning, Doc.
Now, right now, the required number ng quarantine days is 14. O that's dalawang linggo yun, ano? How much does this affect an individual, that extra 2 weeks? Kasi yung iba, sobrang lang gustong umuwi, but kailangan pa nila mag-stay for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it so much affect their mental conditions. Huh? Most of the people who have been quarantined suffer from psychological distress or even emotional stress. That we could say that na talagang mahihirapan sila to cope.
Okay. Now, what would be the difference from being isolated in a quarantine environment as opposed to yung mga nagsa-self-quarantine o yung mga nasa bahay?
Well, the difference between that is yung quarantine na isolated, it will be, longing for family support. Pero sa isolation lang sa bahay is more healthier for them kasi meron andun yung loved ones sila wherein they can able to cope and they're able to talk with. Pero doon sa quarantine facilities, totally detached sa real world. Kaya medyo it's difficult for them to handle their emotional situations.
Okay, now let's focus on the Filipinos who have arrived home and have been quarantined at the New Clark City. So these latest repatriates from the Diamond Princess have been quarantined inside the ship for 2 weeks in Japan. And now upon arrival, they are again quarantined. Basically, their lives are put on hold. So anong klaseng epekto ang binibigay nito sa isang tao? Is this something that after everything is said and done, baka ka-move on na sila or may mga lingering effects ba ito?
Oh no, that's a big problem for that. Kasi mas maproprolong yung kanilang agony and then the psychological distress. It can cause an issue of anxiety or develop a depressive mood disorder like depression. So parang another burden sa kanila to kasi yung 14 days quarantine sa Japan is too long for them and then another 14 days pa dito. So parang namimiss na nila yung family nila and yet, wow, naprolong pa yung agony nila. So there will be, creates a lot of questions in their mind of what wrong, what happened, may mali ba sa akin, something like that.
So for those at New Clark City, anong dapat na service ang ibigay sa kanila habang nandun sila in terms of psychological care or help?
Well, to be honest, it's kailangan maging productive pa rin sila.
Ayan,
Yeah, like for instance, meron silang recreational activity doon.
So hindi sila pwede maging idle?
Hindi pwede na basta umupo ka lang doon. The government should provide psychosocial support like play therapy, art therapy, or allow them to express their feelings or, parang magkaroon lang sila ng outlet. Okay, kasi talagang it will be difficult for them na parang may problema ba sa akin? Yun yung tanong lagi sa kanila. Masama na bang yung kalagayan namin dito? Kumbaga, that's the big problem for them.
Now after 2 weeks, so after 2 weeks sila sa Clark City, makakabalik na sila sa kanilang pamilya. Is everything said and done? Pero sometimes they say that there is a stigma that is going to be on those who have been who are now quarantined. So can you tell us more about this?
Well, to be honest, pwede silang stigma. Pero ma-avoid naman natin yung stigma kung pa-follow lang natin yung as simple as ABC. First is to acknowledge them na it's okay na quarantine ka at you're safe. So okay na yan. And then be compassionate, di ba? So kumbaga parang yeah, I know what you feel. And then the last is proper communication lang na ito yung nalaman namin about COVID virus. So I know, we understand you. So it's okay. Parang pag nadidinig ng mga na-quarantine yun, malilesen yung stigma and then they can, move or they can work in a
So it's better to talk about it, explain how everything is okay and they were cleared and all that to avoid that sort of stigma. Well, thank you for all that information and thank you for your time. That was clinical psychologist Jhon Carandang.